Slacktail Squad, assemble.
Please stop breathing into the microphone.
She's special. At least she's breathing.
This is the Slaptail Squad, and I'm the Beef Man, your master of the universe, ruler of all great things. Small.
I'm the daughter.
You just gotta wait. You have to wait. Why are you already speaking?
I felt like it.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, that's good because that shows initiative. The other troglodytes don't say anything. They just sit there. It's actually quite annoying. They actually wait for an intro, like they're fucking special.
Yeah,
Excuse my language.
I'm special.
Yeah,
also with us is the Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan.
See,
my introduction.
See, she has to wait.
I wait.
She waits for an introduction. Yeah, why do you do that?
Why not? It's my
No,
thing.
really, why do you do that? Why is it your thing?
Why do you do that?
Why do I do what?
Yeah, what you do.
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, as I said, this is the Slaptail Squad, and if you're listening to this, you're members of the Great Slaptail Nation. Like us, follow us.
Share
you know who's
with
not
your
here.
friends.
Yeah, share with your friends. You know who's not here right now is the Rons. And why is that? You might be
Because
asking
he's
yourself.
a nerd.
Because he's got the poopies.
What?
No. We don't know why Rons isn't here. Rons is not doing a very good job of answering texts. I have a theory. Anyone?
He's so good with technology.
I was gonna say that.
It's because, it vibrates and he doesn't know why. He just thinks it's the universe trying to turn him on through vibration. I don't know.
Yeah, no. He's just special. He'll get to you in 3 days. He has to orbit the sun a few more times.
But the daughter's here with us
Yay,
to provide
the daughter.
some comedy relief because otherwise it would just be me and the Swan.
And that sounds terrible.
It does. And you know when the Rons isn't here, do you know what the Swan is?
What?
She's the Rons of the podcast when the Rons isn't here.
Oh, so we get to make fun of Mom the entire time.
Yay.
It's actually pretty easy because she does things that's easy to make fun of anyway.
Yeah, like how she dresses right now. It's terrible. She looks like a complete 4-year-old.
She does look like a toddler.
I got my Oshkosh Bigosh on.
Okay.
That would be cool if you had Oshkosh, actually.
It would be cool.
The stripy ones.
Like the railroad conductors.
And then you get the little hat. Yeah, I don't think railroad conductors actually wear that stuff
they
anymore.
Don't. They probably don't.
Sure they don't.
They should.
So, daughter.
Yeah.
You're not that dumb.
I like to think that I'm very smart, yeah.
No, what I said was you're not that dumb.
Okay.
See, part of the problem is you think that you're smart.
I am smart. I don't think I am. I am. Thank you.
But you keep breathing into the microphone.
Yeah, I like to breathe.
She was going to do that on purpose.
I think that there's an issue with thinking that you're smart. Why do you think you're smart exactly?
I don't know. Cause
I mean, what evidence?
Why do you want to break her confidence?
I just want to know.
You
what
were
evidence
beat
do you
down
have?
and told you were stupid your whole life, so you genuinely you believe
stupid.
you're stupid.
Uh-huh.
So
wait, no, I get told I'm stupid my
By
entire
who?
life.
By who?
You.
No, I don't say you're stupid.
I
say you're an asshole.
The way you act is stupid. Not that we actually think that you're stupid.
Well, I mean,
when
smart.
When we say you dumb, we're not saying that you're actually dumb.
It's your actions.
Well, I like to be smart, but also portray myself as very dumb because
that's dumb.
Then people don't hold me to high standards.
When do you pretend that you're dumb? What are you talking about? Will you actually do that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
She's doing it right now.
Is that part of your being dumb?
Sometimes.
She probably secretly reads the encyclopedia. She just tells us that she doesn't know how to read.
Do you not understand
I
the
don't
question?
tell you I don't know how to read. You tell me I don't know how to read because I don't like to read.
Anyway, what is your evidence that you're not dumb?
4.0?
Yeah, I have. That doesn't really mean anything though. That just kind of means that I apply myself.
So your friends just don't apply themselves.
Yeah.
I feel
basically.
Yeah, but there's an element of stupidity to that too, because why would you not apply yourself in something that's easy? Like, clearly you can say you're doing your school and it's easy to do it because you applied yourself. Why would you not do that? Because who wants to take summer school?
Why would you? What if you don't like school at all? What if you don't like school?
I don't really
so you put no
like
effort into school.
It's not like it's like my favorite thing to do.
But that's stupid. If you don't put effort into it, then therefore you have to do more work because you get summer school for the classes that you failed. So that's just a dumb theory. So you're going to intentionally not do well or not apply yourself, and then you end up doing more?
What if you just skate by enough to pass?
Well, then you'd be, I guess, kind of
proficient,
smart, but...
Well, I mean, if you don't like school,
and
you just do the bare minimum to pass, well within your capabilities, are you saying that's dumb?
No, I think that's
average.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the people who nothing's wrong with average, but if you are the people who think they're smart or don't apply themselves because they don't like school, that's dumb. Because then you end up having to do more.
Not necessarily. Well,
Well,
I just
yeah,
said if you just skate by because you hate school and you don't over apply yourself, because putting in the effort means that why put the effort into something that you hate because of your environment in general? It's not going to make any difference in the long run.
Yeah, but some of my friends are like, I mean, I guess they're smart. They just don't ever do work. So they just kind of sit around and don't pay attention to class or don't do anything. And then they have to take summer school. And then they wonder why they're failing summer school.
Oh.
But they don't do anything to fix it.
So again, what makes you think that you're smart?
I don't know. I
mean, you walk upright. You don't drool on yourself.
Yeah.
Is that you don't have a sloped forehead?
Stopped peeing your pants like last year.
Your eyebrows don't grow together in just one brow.
I don't understand those people. You could literally do anything about that. Just take one little wax strip and just put it there and you won't have a unibrow anymore. It doesn't even have to look good.
I feel like it's just a thing. I think some people just want a unibrow.
But why?
I don't know. Is that a cultural thing? Because it seems to be a cultural thing.
No.
It seems like some cultures just absolutely the men.
Maybe that
not the women,
doesn't.
The men.
Yeah, I agree with that. The bushier the eyebrow, the better. Like one of my high school, I wouldn't call him a friend, but I guess he's on my Facebook as friend. Acquaintance. Went to high school with had a lot of classes.
Were you in high school with them?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was. And she went to high school in Detroit.
Huge,
and
thick-ass unibrow eyebrows. And has a...
No. It would be a brow, not eyebrows.
Well, there's a very little tiny, maybe
then that's not a unibrow.
Centimeter separation, just probably because it can't
go together.
Centimeter is very
big,
separation.
Yeah. Millimeter
would be...
Almost a unibrow, we'll say.
Okay.
And they
now,
could clearly
how did you
have
know
it
this
done.
Person?
Did you go to high school with them?
Why don't you both go fuck yourselves? Why don't you both go fuck yourselves? Ron! Where are you?
He'd make fun of you too.
No, he defends me. He likes to be made fun of.
Well,
he defends me so that we can redirect it to him.
What was the point? What was your point?
He could clearly pay someone to thread it, wax it, or whatever, but instead he keeps it bushy like that.
Well, that's
and his
our
wife
point.
is
Everybody
beautiful, and her eyebrows are meticulously done. So, I mean, you would think that they would be nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Very nicely done.
Yes.
That was a terrible story.
Your face is terrible.
I think that I do not consider myself to be super intelligent.
I don't either.
Hence, this is why I do a podcast. Hence, this is why I call it an idiot podcast. You're never going to learn anything from this podcast. But I will say this. I know for a fact that although I do not consider myself smart, I am smarter than the majority of the people that I encounter.
Well, that's not very hard to beat.
Just means that you don't encounter very smart people. You surround yourself with idiots to make yourself seem smarter.
I'm not talking about socially or inside my house.
Oh, that's so hard.
I'm talking about the people that you encounter on everyday life that you encounter.
Well, I feel like as a society...
As a society...
The bar's pretty low in the United States.
That's what I'm saying.
So you don't have to do very much to achieve being smarter than the majority of the population.
Yeah, but
sorry, listeners.
But how does that make us... No, if you listen to this podcast...
You're clearly smart.
Clearly, you're smart. Clearly, you're very intelligent. You just like to be entertained.
Yes.
You like to be entertained. You like to have a good laugh. You like to make fun of things.
Like this one. Or the Rons.
Just in general. I meant you would like to make fun of things. No, my point is that although I personally do not feel that I am super intelligent, clearly I'm more intelligent than a lot of people we encounter, or a lot of people in society.
Yes.
Do you think it'd be pretty easy for you to fall for something?
Huh?
Do you think you'd fall for something that's pretty common sense that you shouldn't fall for?
Okay,
would
you
you get
can't ask me
scammed?
that question. I'm very gullible.
Oh, so you'd probably easily get scammed.
I don't know, because I'm like a schemy person. So
What
like,
if you got an email from a Nigerian prince?
oh no, I'm not that dumb.
No, you're not that dumb?
No.
What if you had a bank account and you got a call from your bank saying that they needed to confirm your social security number?
I wouldn't do that over the phone.
Oh, okay, so you're not that dumb. So you feel like you have some sort of common sense.
No, I have common sense. I'm just gullible. So like, if you like told me that there was like a tiger outside, I might go check.
A tiger?
Yeah.
That seems pretty not realistic.
No, but like, if you like convince me, because do we call Skylar on here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well we did now. So
Yeah, we do.
like,
We
if
call him
Skylar
Skylar,
was
little boy. Yes.
he used to do this all the time. He would tell me something random, and I would completely believe him, and then I would go ask somebody else, or I would tell them that thing, and they wouldn't believe me.
Like,
And, like-
totally random, like what?
Like chocolate milk comes from brown cows?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, well, that's because I made him believe that forever.
Yeah, well, he tried to do that to me, and I believed him for a while. Just random little things. I don't know. I'm trying
Maybe
to think
because
of
you
more.
trust him as a source of authority.
No, but I don't, because I'm
well.
more responsible and smarter than
What was the
he
thing that we
is.
always told her that when what meat comes from what? I had
Oh,
a
corned
belief
beef
for-
hash comes
corned
with
beef
little hash animals.
Yeah, it comes from little hash.
I
animals.
didn't believe that. I just
Yeah, you
kinda-
did.
No,
You
I
totally,
did
yes,
not.
You totally believed that.
I'm not that dumb.
You believed it.
No, I did
And
not.
that the corned beef hash was all one thing. Like, it just came out that way, like a marbled animal. With the potatoes and everything all just...
That's what you call stranding. Potato stranding through the meat.
that
Potato
would be
stranding.
pretty good.
Ew.
No, I only asked this because have you heard anything recently about people getting in trouble or getting arrested for peddling fake vaccination cards?
Oh, yeah, Mom was talking about that. I don't remember when.
When you got your
When I got
card,
mine,
said
'cause
don't
she-
show the pictures or don't show the numbers because people are copying
Yeah,
them.
when she sent a picture to you, she was like, cover up your number, blah, 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 because anybody can get it and claim it as theirs or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the whole thing that's stupid, right? Is that you really can't claim it. That's the other thing. Is people like, oh, I can claim this number. No, you really can't. If anybody was going to check for real, which they're not, because that would make this all Big Brother-like. But when you get your shot, that information gets entered into a database. So even if they have your number, that number can't get entered in the database under somebody else. And I'm assuming by now, all states have a database.
Probably.
Like,
I'm sure.
ours is specifically for Michigan. So nobody can take your number. But why would they want to? And why would you want to pretend that you had a vaccine in the first place? I don't understand that either.
So
What's the
that
point
you
of
don't
protecting?
have to get it?
It's not mandatory.
It's not
though.
mandatory.
But the
Yeah,
point
but
that's-
if people, like, I don't know.
say you have to have it for
like a
traveling
But you don't have
or
to
your
prove it
job
anyway.
or-
Nobody asks for a copy. I mean, who's asking for a copy of it? Who's asking you to show it?
Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean,
Krispy
maybe the
Kreme.
airlines or something. Oh yeah, they just want to claim their free donuts.
Yeah.
And their free.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't want to protect myself from the virus, but I
I just
want
want
a
to get a
donut. I
donut.
want a donut.
That
A
makes people
free
ignorant.
donut.
Well, I was kind of excited because recently, this is what's fun, is a naturopath in California got arrested for peddling fake vaccination cards, which is fun to see. So hopefully they start dropping the hammer on the people. But then I'm also feeling like that probably ex-President Trump's probably going to come to her defense or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that whole thing is silly. It's you don't want to get vaccinated and you're adamant anti-vaccine, but then you're gonna steal people's information and portray that you got it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That
It
seems
seems just easier to go get your own vaccine.
Yeah, it does seem much easier to go get your own vaccination. But let's talk about how people are stupid. This is how stupid people are. First of all, with this lady who got arrested, she was not only peddling the vaccination cards, she was selling homeopathic pellets that she said would protect people against the COVID-19 virus. And not only protect them, but it would give them lifelong immunity. So all these people got these pellets, and instead of getting the vaccination, what she did was she gave them vaccination cards with Moderna's information on it so that they could use that card to say that they got the Moderna vaccine, even though they didn't. They ingested her pellets instead.
But they don't know what's in those pellets, but
Exactly. You don't know what's in the pellet, but you're willing to take the pellet.
over the
But
vaccine,
you don't trust
which
the
has
vaccine.
been,
Don't trust the vaccine.
yeah.
That's been tested by the world's top
Right.
pharmacies and scientists.
I mean, well, the funny thing about that is when I read the article, I was thinking in my head, pellet. You know, when you say pellet, what I think?
A gun.
I think of
No.
like rabbit food.
I think of hamster,
or,
like
yeah.
hamster foods, the pellets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, so she, and that could be what she gave him. I mean, for all they know, they could have got little hamster pellets.
That's so gross.
She bought it in bulk from the pet store.
But do you know what homeopathic medicine is, daughter? Don't take too long.
Like home
I mean, either
remedy
you
type
do.
things.
No.
Like, no. Natural remedy.
No.
What?
You don't know what homeopathic means either.
Homeopathic. Well, pathic is like your mind, right? Like how you think.
Well, path can mean a lot of things. It's usually just the means part of pathology or pathological,
Like pathological. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
or in this case, practice. Homeopathy is the practice of whatever, homeopathic medicine. So who knows what path means? Apparently it means anything. The point is, Swan doesn't know what homeopathic means.
Apparently not. Her made up bullshit medication.
Well, the principles of homeopathic medicine, and don't quote me because this is an idiot podcast, but basically is to introduce something to you in such a small amount that your body has some sort of a reaction to it to treat you. So when you have virology or virology, or if you have immunology, you go to see an allergist, they determine what you're allergic to, and then they give you an injection that is that substance out to the whatever thousandth part or whatever, in order for your body to recognize it, have a minimal immune response, and for you to start building immunity to that substance. Which is why that when you go to get an allergy shot, they have emergency life-saving stuff there in case you have a horrible reaction to it. So when they do that, they give a small amount of something. Homeopathy doesn't work that way. Homeopathy takes a substance, let's say that they could actually treat you for COVID. They would have to take the COVID-19 virus and they would have to dilute it down instead of to like the 100th or the 1000th part. They would be diluting it down to like the trillionth or billionth part. So much so that if you took a substance made by a homeopath, technically by the time that they diluted it that far down, there is no component left of that diluted substance anymore. Not so much that it would do anything to your body at all. And typically they do that by making stuff in water, like tinctures or whatever. So scientifically, from a scientific standpoint, most medicine does not recognize homeopathic medicine as anything at all. That would be the difference. So if you could imagine breaking a substance down into 100 parts and using that would be immunology, because there's still part of that substance left. In other words, you can trigger an immune response in you. Homeopathy might dilute it down to the trillionth or quadrillionth part. So by the time you delete, if I took a piece of shit, let me break down
There's
like
just a tiny, there's just one little tiny poo particle, and you diluted it down and diluted it down. So basically, it's not even a poo particle.
Exactly. There would be more on your toothbrush by the time you diluted it down based on homeopathy as opposed to immunology or immunotherapy.
So do they use immunotherapy for like actual vaccines? Because they put it in your body, right?
Yeah, that's what vaccinations vaccinations is immunology.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That lady is peddling bullshit.
Well, yeah.
Basically.
Well, a lot of people believe in homeopathy, though.
Like
or
those spiritual weirdos?
Lots of people. I mean, that's been around for a while, but I don't know if it's actually been called homeopathic medicine. Which is, again, you can see and media kind of screws things up a little bit too, because I read this article, I first read it in Medscape, and Medscape, the article heading said something like, homeopathic doctor in California gets arrested for ... Well, when I read that, I was like, there are no homeopathic doctors that I know of. So I was like, what are they talking about? So I'm like, there's naturopathic doctors who might use homeopathy, but people who practice homeopathic medicine are typically not, quote, doctors.
They're like chiropractors.
No, there's no degree to become a homeopathic.
So you just make up your own.
I mean,
I'm
if
gonna
it is,
open this med spa.
You can You can be trained in homeopathic, how to make homeopathic substances. They have I think they just actually call themselves homeopaths.
Sound
but there's
a sociopath.
But there's no like true homeopath medical school that I'm aware of. There might be. I mean, I'm sure there's some Cracker Barrel, Cracker Jack bullshit stuff out there. But anyway, as I read it in another one,
stop pissing off our fans that are homeopaths.
I read it in another one, and she's a naturopath.
Okay.
So even Medscape, I think, is where I read it the first time. I was like, so they got it wrong. Yeah, I think this actually one. Yeah. So if I look at the actual article, yeah, it says homeopath arrested for fake COVID immunization vaccine card scheme, and this is on Medscape. So, and it says a homeopathic doctor licensed in California was arrested. But if you read it on the New York Times, it says that she's a naturopath, and I'm sure you can look her up. She's a naturopath.
I'm gonna send her fan mail.
In jail?
Yeah.
She's probably in jail.
Just for fun.
I think she'll get off.
Probably.
Because it looks like that they're tracking her funds, and they said that she made $200,000 between this date and this date. And, I mean, that's really not that. Would you want to go down for $200,000?
No. I wouldn't want to spend time in jail for that. That doesn't even seem like a lot of money.
$200,000? You go down for $200,000.
In California, that's like $5 here. Like, the cost of living is so much higher there that doesn't even equate. How much money would that equate to here? $50,000?
Well, not much. I mean, if you compare that, if you bought a house like ours in California, you're well over $1 million.
Right. So, and gas is
Probably
twice as
more
much money there than here. It's like over $5 a gallon right now in California.
Yeah.
So she really made pennies to go to jail.
To go to jail
for something stupid. And that legitimately, how much time and planning did you take to come up with that scam?
Probably not much, because she knows her audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's my point, though. So if you go to... Here's the thing, though. If you're a naturopathic doctor, first of all, they got pretty legit training.
Okay.
They do have to understand physiology. They do have
anatomy.
to... I mean, in Arizona, they can order labs. They can interpret labs, all those different things. Now, there's only a few states that license naturopaths.
Okay.
Michigan is not one of them. You know, you can be a naturopath, but you can't like prescribe stuff. You can't order stuff, as far as I know. So it's a legitimate school.
Okay.
Is it legitimate, saying the legitimacy as being a MD or a DO? Absolutely not. I don't think you're going to get admitting privileges as an ND. But I mean, it's a legitimate, scientifically based school that just goes off on a different tangent. However, homeopathic medicine is not what I would consider legitimate. But if you're somebody who's sitting there going, you know what, I'm going to become, this is why I'm telling the daughter specifically, because sometimes I just sit back and I'm like, you know what, not this person, but there's plenty of really smart people out there that are just scamming dumb people all day long. And they're like, you know what, I could tell these people that I made this pellet. You know, everybody else in the world hasn't made anything but me. This doctor in Napa, California, I'm going to tell everybody that's in my practice, hey, you know what? I've made this pellet, and it will give you lifelong immunity to COVID-19, and all you have to do is take it. And I know that you want to be able to say that you've been vaccinated, so I'm going to give you this fake card. But she knows her audience. That's what I'm saying.
So how many people did she scam with this scenario? Did it tell you how much? How she made $200,000, but did it tell you actually how many, like, cards she gave out or whatever? So no. I mean, that would be interesting, because
I'm sure it's on the FDA's site. This is just a brief article that was on Medscape, but basically it's not really it wasn't the people, my understanding is it wasn't the people who actually took the stuff that reported her. It was family members of those family members that said, hey, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, why are you buying into some crackpot stuff?
Why are you doing this crackpot stuff? And then why are you getting a immunization card that says you had the Moderna vaccine?
Yeah, I don't get that one. But
yeah, so I could just imagine that, though. Seriously, you're sitting there and your mom's like, hey, yeah, I know you got the shot, but I took this pellet that my doctor gave me.
And they gave me this card.
And, yeah.
So, but isn't California one of the states that are requiring cards for stuff?
I don't
like
know.
certain,
Not from
I
California.
think some certain counties they're requiring it for things. I don't know.
Probably.
But, okay,
But
so maybe that's where she capitalized on that from.
Okay,
I'm
but
gonna
if
give you these
you're
cards.
if you're a patient and you're dumb enough to do that in the first place, but then you're like, shouldn't you realize that you're like, oh, she's giving me a card saying I gave a vaccination, and I'm using now you know that you yourself are scamming everybody.
Yeah, but maybe she sold it to them thinking that like they think that her pellets are this vaccine.
No, they're not.
I don't
know.
know.
No. What I'm saying is, one, you're dumb enough to think that this pellet is going to give you immunity. Mm-hmm. But the second part of it is, you are willingly scamming. You are willingly doing something illegal that says that I got this shot. She didn't say it was equivalent to. She's giving them the lot number and the vaccination card for the Moderna vaccine. So you, as a person taking it, is like, oh, I know I'm doing something wrong.
But
Never
maybe
do it
she didn't.
anyway.
Yeah, maybe she sold it to them like it wasn't doing
No.
anything. I don't know.
No.
that.
No, Rons. No.
I'm just trying to see it from the dumb person point of view.
Then why would she call it the Moderna vaccine?
I don't know.
What I'm saying is they're
Yeah.
wittingly doing something wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
But if you're wittingly doing something wrong in that respect, shouldn't it trigger you to go, oh, if she's willing to give me something unethically as somebody who's a doctor,
then maybe she's giving me something
then
that
maybe
doesn't
she's
work
giving
for
me
shit.
something that
Yeah.
doesn't work in the first place. Maybe everything else that she does is not ethical. If you do something as a medical person that's not ethical, try coming back from that.
Yeah, she's doomed. She's gonna have to get a whole new another career as like a carnival worker or something.
Well, I mean, either that or she's going to go, like I said, Trump's going to, he's going to try to help her in some way, say that it's all fake news and he's going to help her.
Let's write her fan mail, just for fun.
I'm sure you could look her up. I mean,
might.
obviously.
No, I don't really want to be known as writing to some idiot in jail.
Well, this is naturopath doctor, what's her last name? Maisie. 41 of Napa. Julie A. Maisie. May you become super, super, super famous now for all of your great work.
Maybe she started like a ring in prison. Like she's now a new boss in prison.
She probably isn't
peddling
even
her
really
meds.
there very long. I just read this article.
I know, I'm just
so
teasing.
probably hasn't really been processed. My guess is she's going to get off.
Probably.
But then that led me to look at other things and think about how dumb people are. Did you know, this is really interesting, did you know that the FDA has a site where you can go and read their warning letters that they've sent to people?
No.
Or organizations, rather. Speaking of how dumb people are, so I read some. Unfortunately, the first couple of years, all you're going to really see is COVID-19 stuff.
Like the most
Currently.
recent ones, yeah.
Yeah, this one that I read, not that one. This one's a vape one. Let me read this one. This one is a letter that the FDA sent to the Silvery guy. Now you can just imagine probably what this guy is peddling on his website.
Fake silver? I don't know.
Fake silver. Yes, exactly. Fake silver. If you want some fake silver, all you got to do is go to this guy and get some silver. No, he's promoting the product, which is colloidal silver, as a product that can mitigate, prevent, treat, diagnose, or cure COVID-19 in people. So in other words, he's selling a product on Amazon, and people are buying it in order to use it to treat COVID-19 and or prevent COVID-19.
It's like the whole bleach thing. If you drink bleach, it'll be like you'll be cured from it. Or
You'll definitely be cured if you
You'll
drink
be
bleach.
dead.
Yeah, you'll be dead.
You will be cured.
Or
I
drinking
guarantee
hand sanitizer or whatever. The whole thing that was in the early stages of COVID.
You drink hand sanitizer, you're just going to
Die
get
from
violently
alcohol poisoning.
ill and get alcohol poisoning. Yeah, and be very, very sick. Very, very ill. But that is a thing, That is a thing that people drink hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So let me read just a few of the claims on this person's site. Let's see. In the section of your website entitled "Protecting Yourself and Your Family from COVID-19 with Colloidal Silver." So, how can colloidal silver help fight COVID-19? Colloidal silver can be atomized by using an ultrasonic humidifier, and the resulting atomized fumes can be inhaled deep into the lungs. The action of silver colloids getting on the lining of your lungs may prove to inhibit the virus from replicating too quickly.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Here's what I thought was super dangerous, though. Similar to a nebulizer, using colloidal silver in an atomized form may be the final defense against an unseen enemy such as the coronavirus. The virus, as with any virus, is an RNA-based entity that infiltrates cells and transforms healthy cells into virus replicators. The idea behind atomizing colloidal silver solution and inhaling it seeks to allow the silver particles and colloids to coat the internal lung tissue and form a defensive layer to the aggressive virus attack. So this guy wants you to nebulize colloidal silver and inhale it.
Sounds kind of dumb. Just especially when you read that the FDA warned in 1999 that colloidal silver is not safe or effective for treating any disease or condition. So, So why would you even try it?
I don't know. I'm not even understanding why lots of people jump to wanting silver in the first place. Because you know what the recommended daily allowance of silver is?
Probably not a lot.
It's none. It's none. There is no recommended daily allowance.
We don't have it in our bodies naturally.
Why would that even be like a...
It's not. We don't have it. We don't need it. We don't have to have it in our bodies. So there is no the recommendation would be none. And if you take too much silver, for all of you silver guzzlers out there, you'll turn blue.
Cool.
And if you don't believe me, I'm sure he still has his own website or whatever. If you look up Blue Silver Guy, you can see lots of pictures on him. He was on one of the talk shows many, many, many years ago. And we're like, why did he ingest silver? It's just one of those things. He just thought it was doing it for health. But I'm like, wait a minute. So you didn't turn into a Smurf overnight. You had to have gradually gotten blue.
So how often did he do it?
He was taking silver like every day.
And when he realized that it was affecting him like that, he stopped it, or he just kept going?
Well, he doesn't look like he stopped.
No, that was my point. Is he didn't turn totally blue overnight.
Right.
He had to gradually get blue.
So he didn't even, that's what I'm wondering. So
he never stopped it.
So
no.
I'm thinking it's doing something bad to me. This is the only thing that could be probably causing this. And I'm just going to keep on going with it because why not?
It's not even a pretty blue.
No, it's
kind of ugly.
Dusky.
Oh.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Ew.
And he probably still takes it now. I bet he does.
Well, now he's a freak show hero, so why wouldn't he?
He should dye his beard red. I think he should go with totally red
Papa
hair.
Smurf.
Totally just, when Papa Smurf was a young guy, he had the red beard, probably.
And how old is this guy?
I don't know. He looks like he's in his 60s or something.
But that's heavy metal poisoning.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But that's how dumb people are. Why would you think that it's a good idea to ingest silver?
I don't know.
To turn blue?
I guess. In the long run, if you wanted to be blue. But here's the funny thing. So the FDA gives this guy sends this letter. But what difference does it make if you send the letter? You can't even get, they give you a certain amount of time, within 48 hours to contact them and talk about how you're going to take corrective action. But here's what I didn't understand, is this particular letter was sent to somebody who's in Singapore.
Yeah, do you think they care? No.
Yeah. Why would somebody in Singapore care what the FDA says?
Because the FDA is from the United States, so guy in Singapore is like, fuck you, FDA. I don't really care. I'm still going to market my stuff, and stupid people are going to buy it.
Yeah, and if that's if Amazon, wouldn't it make more sense for the FDA to contact Amazon and say, hey, you need to drop these people or whatever?
Yeah,
or is that against the law?
I was going to say, can they do that? And then...
Well, I guess not. I guess you could just say that you can't sell it in the United States.
And then Amazon is like a third party, so does it even matter?
Well, I think it would make more sense that if they're in another country, then the FDA just needs to say you can't sell it to anybody in the United States. Because what's their jurisdiction? They don't have... What jurisdiction do they have?
Right. But then what would happen? Okay, so stuff gets shipped from wherever to wherever. So say it gets shipped from Singapore and then it goes to China and then it comes here. So they just went around.
But you still, but that's not what I said. What I said was, why can't you just say you can't sell it to people from the United States?
Yeah, but what happens if they just send it elsewhere and then it's not coming?
So let me get this straight. Place? You want colloidal silver so bad.
I'm going to.
That you're going to set up a post office box in China.
Uh-huh.
Does it come in like pills or
drops?
It's like
whatever.
droplet drops,
or whatever.
Yeah.
People make it at home in their sink. I don't know. whatever.
People make anything in their sink, so can't really.
Meth. Like, whatever.
You know.
No, so but I'm getting back to what you said. So what somebody wants colloidal silver so bad that they're going to set up a post office box in China. They're going to have it sent to China, a town in China, and then they're going to have it
I'm not saying
to throw off the
them.
feds, to throw off the FDA. Then they're
Not
going to
not
send
an
it
individual
to
person.
Canada.
Guy in Singapore. So he now can't do it in Singapore. So he's gonna ship
he
it.
can't. It doesn't matter that
mean,
he's
he's-
in Singapore. He can't send it to anywhere
Right.
in the United States.
Him specifically, but what if he changes his
No,
name?
it can't be sold
Yeah,
anywhere
you're,
to
you're
it.
not missing. You're missing my point. I said that they can't sell it to anybody in the United
It
States.
doesn't matter who sells it. Nobody can sell it.
Okay, so no company can. Okay, I was just thinking that if he changed his
yeah,
company,
they can't.
sent
It doesn't
from-
matter if they say. I'm not even talking about the company.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the U.S. FDA again has jurisdiction in the United States.
Okay.
So even if they sent that letter to this person in Singapore, person in Singapore is like, yeah, whatever, fuck you, United States FDA. I'm going to keep selling it. Amazon probably can't tell them that they can't sell it.
Right.
Unless it violates
Okay.
some Amazon thing, because Amazon lets people all over the world sell stuff, clearly. But if the FDA said, okay, you can't sell it to anybody in the United States, and then you said, well, what if they just got it from China? And then it went, that was my whole point, was saying, like, okay, so I want colloidal silver so badly, then I'm going to set up all these other routes to get it from
Yes.
this dude in Singapore. Okay, just making sure.
But I feel like the point was that product can't come into the United States.
That was my point, but...
Yeah, but pee stuff gets here from wherever, even if it's
What
illegal.
does pee have to do with anything?
I didn't say pee.
I swear you said, yeah, but pee stuff.
Well, she was
might
gonna
have.
say something, but
Probably.
What were you going to say?
I don't remember.
but people something.
yeah, if they want it, they'll get it.
Good for them. They can be purple. That's okay.
Blue.
Or blue. It looks like
This is
purple.
America.
If you want to be blue,
to
orange. If
destroy
you want to
the
be
organs-
orange, go ahead.
If you want to have metal toxicity and just go ahead and do that, that's fine. That's fine. Here's another fun one. This one's in the United States though, so this is why I feel it is probably.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
This is gonna be dumb.
Yes.
So you know how flamingos turn pink by eating a ton of shrimp, like a lot of shrimp. Do you
Yes.
think if someone ate like enough blueberries, they would turn blue over a long period of time?
I don't know about blueberries, but if you eat a lot of carrots and drink a lot of tomato juice at the same time, and what's the other one? There's like 3 things. It will start to turn you like a hue of orange.
I don't want to be orange. I want to be blue.
But you don't even like blueberries.
Okay, well, I'll do what I can do.
Have you seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Yeah.
Factory?
She's turning violet.
Violet, because she.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't
about blue,
remember
but
what
I do
she
know
ate,
that you
but-
can. That our body. There's some things that our body will manifest. I don't know about blue, but I do know about the carrot.
How about beets? I feel like if you eat, I know your pea.
I don't think so
turns
because
colors.
we.
What?
That's the thing.
Pea can turn colors if you eat a lot of
I
beets.
think that the reason why, part of the reason with the carrots and things like that is because that's beta carotene, right? So I don't
Right.
think we secrete that as well. Like,
Okay.
we don't get rid of it as well, and then there's probably fat soluble vitamins there also. Because then that would be my guess.
So we need something that's not metabolized very quickly. If you want to turn colors, we need stuff that's not metabolized. quickly.
Interesting.
Yeah, because that's
Interesting.
vitamin A in carrots, stuff like that.
Something.
Yeah, because you got A, D, E, K, whatever.
Yeah.
Why is he calling now?
Is it Ron's?
Yeah, I don't know.
Put him on
I
speaker.
mean, it does say I should have put him on
You
speaker.
should.
Should have. This
He
is.
calls back.
Yeah,
you
you
should
should.
text him and tell him to call back. Hi, Ron. Now I really want to know though what. I'm pretty sure it's beta carotene that makes us turn orange. But this is an idiot podcast, and you can't expect me to know those
Yeah,
things.
don't quote us on those
right
things.
off the top of my head. So apparently,
So
the daughter
Ron's
wants to be
answered
blue.
finally.
the daughter
and he
wants
says
to be blue.
She wants.
Yeah,
to be
you got to
blue.
put it in some context because now you're just talking to
Well,
us as if the audience knows what you're talking about.
to us, the audience. So we've been trying to get a hold of the Rons for days now to podcast. That's why he's not here.
That's
'cause,
why
you know,
I'm
he
here.
never answers his texts. And finally, he says, "You can always call me. I don't know why my phone is not sending me alerts when you text me. Like there's some big thing.
Buddy, can you turn
only
your
his
ringer on?"
phone doesn't send text." And then he says, "I am working now, so I can't get to my phone until I have a free moment. I'm on the third shift, and my schedule fluctuates a bit from
Fluxates?
start to finish. And I can't have my phone on my person when working, but yet he's now calling.
Well, it's not
Ron's.
third shift. Right
But
now
his
it's not third
schedule
shift.
fluctuates a bit.
Yeah, but if he was on third shift,
But he just said, right now I'm working.
how
I'm
can he be working
now,
if he's on third
so
shift?
I don't know, because, see, he doesn't apparently know what third shift means. Maybe he meant second shift. Because this would be second shift hours, sort of.
Right.
Because I am working now, so I can't get to my
most
phone
of them are
until I
either
have
2
a
to
free
10 or 3
moment.
to 11.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with the past us texting for days now? We've been texting
Apparently,
since Wednesday.
His phone is in a black hole. It doesn't send him
I don't
alerts
think he knows
right
how
now.
to use a phone.
Probably not.
But
I
he's
honestly
super
don't
tech
think-
savvy.
Yeah, Horan's is not tech savvy. I'm not sure where he gets that from. Have you
he was
listeners,
in like
you
the
listeners,
70s.
You listeners, have you ever checked out our website? Because if you check out our website, it is not intuitive. And it's supposed to be an easily set up website. And I got it specifically for the Rons to manipulate and set up. But, yeah.
It's really not that hard to make a website in the first
Yeah, how
place.
old
I
are
did
you
it
when
in
you-
5th grade.
Do you want to be the administrator of our website?
No. I said it was easy. I didn't say I wanted to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly thinking about shutting the website down.
Why?
Because all it is he just listed all of our episodes on there pretty
Pay
much.
Skylar to do it.
Yeah, he insists he doesn't know how to do it either. But he does.
It's not
he
that
doesn't, he
hard.
doesn't. Whatever. The point being,
So
not.
I am smarter than Ron's, considering all of his spelling errors and everything.
I set up the website
Well,
because it is easy to set it up.
It
What's
is.
not easy is manipulating it the way you want it to be. I mean, it probably is if I would have used a different format, but I used the format that is used by most podcasters, and it is like one of the top formats is by using WordPress, which I think is probably harder than using stuff like Squarespace or whatever. But WordPress, if you want to help me out, it's probably not going to do any good because I still would be terrible at it. It's fine. It's fine. It's really just my fault. It's really my fault. But because it's not something because for some reason I do have time that I need to actually spend on my actual profession. Yeah.
why would you do that?
I don't know. They want us to be sort of proficient at the things we do.
Interesting.
All right, so here's some other things that people like to ingest. This one was sent to a Miss Valerie Blankenship. That's a fake name.
Why?
Blankenship?
Blankenship?
I know people with that last name.
I know, but it seems
How?
fake. Who? Who do you know?
Who? Yeah, who?
I got
I
it.
can't-
She knows a Miss Blankenship
I do.
Oh.
and a Mr. Blankenship.
Yes, I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You know a Blankenship.
Uh-huh.
You're fucking lying.
I am not fucking lying.
I don't believe
But
it.
anyway.
Are they one of your gay friends?
No.
Because
Are
you
they
have gay
black?
friends? Yeah.
Nope.
No? Are you sure?
Nope.
Let's
Who
see.
is it?
Yeah, how do you know them?
I went to high school with them in
Canada?
Detroit.
Yeah,
I know them
definitely.
in Canada. 'Cause I used to go over to
Definitely.
Canada and hang out.
Carry on. Let's see what you
No,
got.
I wanna know.
Now we want to know who you know.
No.
Who do you know it's a Blankenship? Are
No.
do they live in Colorado Springs, Colorado?
Nope, they live in Michigan.
You're lying. You don't know Blankenship living
I'm
in
gonna
Michigan.
kiss. You can kiss my butt, all y'all.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you
Your
can.
toddler butt.
Yeah.
Gross.
Well, this is a warning letter for unapproved and misbranded products related to coronavirus disease 2019.
Why is everything with COVID?
Well, because the past 2 years, that's the biggest scams, I'm assuming.
Boring.
Oh, Ron's is calling.
The FDA
Put 'em on
isn't really
speaker.
sure
Put 'em
what's-
on
speaker.
Oh.
Put him on speaker.
Oh, we got a caller, listeners. Listeners, we have a caller.
Hi, Ron's.
Hey, how you doing? I just got the message.
How you
to
doing?
Call back.
Yeah, you're on
I'm
the
doing-
podcast. You're live.
I'm live.
Well, we're not live, so.
Yeah, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
It's not,
Well,
it's
I
not
mean,
a live stream.
We're live right now.
But, yeah,
Alrighty
but
then.
when people listen to
I
it.
could, I could jump on Skype.
No,
No.
we're not on Skype. Get with the
I know.
technology. Are you at work
Thank
right
you.
now?
He sounds tired. You
Are you
sound tired.
tired?
No, actually, yeah, I am tired. I'm off right now, but I'm not allowed to have my phone on the floor where I'm at, so.
We're just proud that you got a job. We're proud that you got a job, Rons. For all you listeners there,
Well, thank you.
the Rons is working. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yay! I can't clap because I only have one hand.
What happened?
I'm holding the injury with the saw.
Wow, you've only got one hand? This is news. This is huge. This is huge. You've only got one hand. What the hell happened?
In all also, if Steve Ben would tell me a time schedule.
Bro, what?
You see, what we were doing was asking you what time you were available, Ron. That's what.
I know, but if you gave me a time frame, I could work with it. Because right about now, like I said, I got a third shift job, and I'm.
Yeah, well, we're trying to be accommodating to your schedule. So if you would give us your availability, then that would work great.
I realize that, but
That could be why I give. That could be why I give you guys my schedule. That might be why I tell you what days I'm working.
Wow.
I can't understand what he's saying, but I'll say okay. But here it is. The start of my schedule fluctuates, and as well as the end of my schedule fluctuates. So I could get out at, let's say, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30 a.m. I don't know when I'm going to get out.
Okay.
And
Well, that's
it
fine.
fluctuates. So by the time I get out, and you're at, what's that little thing where you fold people up in their pajamas?
What?
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, that's it. Yeah, and by the time I respond back to you, it's not, it's already too late.
Well, I think that the whole point was you responded sometime this morning, and then she responded, and then we didn't hear back from you. So we're assuming you went to sleep. We're assuming you went to sleep right after that.
I understand.
Don't be so forlorn. We're just proud that you have a job. How's your job going?
No. And well, thank you. The job is okay. It's just very, very fiscally demanding.
Well, that's okay. You're in great shape from all your years of karate training.
It's
It's
look
like you've
at it
trained
as
your-
new training
Yeah.
for you.
It's like you've trained your whole life for this.
No, I appreciate it. I really, really do. Right? And is Tremonti there?
No.
Just the daughter, the swan, and I.
Wow, I thought Tremonti was going to show up. I mean,
We
Well,
thought
you
you
know,
were
if
going to
you-
text back.
If you'd have noticed the text.
Read the text thread,
Perhaps if you
Ron.
read the
We're going
text
to
thread.
podcast next week with the whole group. So
Except
why
for
don't
Swan.
you...
Except for Swan.
Yeah, except for Swan. She won't be here.
Neither will the daughter.
And neither will the
Why?
daughter.
She has to have
I have
hand
to have that
surgery.
arm... that arm reattached.
She's getting a prosthetic robotic arm.
Anyway, so you could send us your availability for next week.
all right.
Okay.
So as it stands right now, usually on Saturday I'm out at 8 a.m. And then at 10 o'clock I'm at the dojo. Did you know I'm a black belt?
We do. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows. And if the daughter would have stuck with it, she would have been a black belt before me, and I would have called her my instructor or senpai.
I could have been a black belt,
No.
in 2 more tests, but, it's cool, whatever. It's fine.
All I know is she thought, you know what, the phone on my end kind of broke that up, and she said I was cool, so I'm cool with that.
There it is.
I am cool.
All right, well, thanks for calling, Ron. Go
Okay,
to sleep.
we'll
Go
talk
to
to you soon. I'll text you and I'll send you some
So-
dates and times, and you tell us if they work for you.
Cool. So am I going to be on the podcast this week?
You're already on the podcast right now.
Okay, you know what? That makes me feel
Does it make your
a
day
whole lot
good?
better because-
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, because I don't want to miss being on the podcast.
This is
And
we'll
hang
take
up.
this as your
this is
commitment.
release.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, Swan.
Yes.
He's like, we can't get rid of him. This is like, Ron's is like one of those collars
Shut up,
that you can't get
hey,
rid of.
Rons, listen to this. Men are talking, but I have the power to push this button right here. Bye, Rons.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he sounded really sad.
I'm surprised she
Poor
knew what button to
Rons.
He
push.
sounded really sad that he couldn't be on the podcast.
he did sound sad. Poor Rons. Poor Rons.
What's it like, you think, for the Rons to be working after he hasn't worked? And
I think it's gotta
Where does
be
he
crazy.
work? What does he do?
We
I
can't.
don't know. I can't say.
We can't tell you that information. But
But it rhymes with Dead Rex.
has an arrow in its name.
Oh, I got
Actually,
you.
I
I
don't know if
got
that's
you.
I don't know if that's true. Actually, I don't know if that's true.
Anyways,
But anyway,
I feel like it had to be a little bit shocking to go back to work after being a stay-at-home dad till your kid was like 25.
yeah, I don't know that you need to stay at home with your kids until they're. I'm like kindergarten. I'm like after that. I don't think you need to be a stay-at-home dad anymore.
Like 3rd grade, you can probably safely go back. Kid can,
You can imagine
when your kid can wipe their own ass,
Your
you
kid's in
can
middle
go back
school.
to
Your kid's in
work.
middle school, and he's like, "Dad, you don't really have to.
You don't
watch
have to
me
be here
after.
anymore."
You don't have to. Maybe up till 12. Maybe up to age 12. But,
Boys are a little bit less more independent than girls, mostly.
I
You
feel
didn't
like
let me go home alone until I was like 13.
Well, now, okay,
Okay.
you have to remember, there's a difference. The reason why you should watch boys until like the age of 12
So that I don't pee anywhere?
is so that they don't kill themselves.
Oh.
Yes.
Accidentally kill themselves. With
Right.
girls, it's because you don't want anybody to hurt your girl. That's
Yeah.
why.
Not that we don't
Interesting.
trust you.
It's not that we don't trust the daughters, it's that we don't trust other people. With boys, we don't trust them to not hurt themselves.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I ever told you this story, daughter, but there is, when you go to my parents' house and you're going down the hall, you go take a right and you go to the bathroom, there's a little column there where they have a little closet where they keep their towels and whatever other miscellaneous shit that they've
Yeah.
had since 1974. On that column, high up, you'll see that there's an inconsistency in the wall that looks like it's been repaired. You wouldn't know unless you actually look at it. That is there because my older brother shot an arrow at me in the house.
Interesting. Gotcha.
And that's
gotcha.
where it hit. It hit the wall. Because we were doing fun things like that.
And
Now-
what do you have
Sounds
done
right.
if it
In his-
accidentally hit you?
In his defense, there was no tip on the arrow. I mean, he took the tip off first.
Yeah, but it still could go through you.
Oh, sure, it
as
could have killed
a-
me.
well,
Easily.
yeah.
Sure, it could have easily killed me. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, but I feel like no, girls don't do dumb shit like that.
I would if I could. If you gave me an opportunity, yes.
No,
I
you were
definitely
very
would.
responsible as a child.
And hence probably why arrow tag was truly born.
That seems
Or
fun.
laser tag. I would
Laser
say.
tag, yeah.
No, not laser tag.
Arrow tag. What's arrow
There's
tag?
an archery tag now. I was telling.
That's
Wasn't I telling you about?
weird.
Like,
Oh,
where
with
they
those
shoot-
like foam Nerf.
Yeah, I'm like that looks
things,
like fun.
yeah.
By the way, anybody out there, if you know of any of that,
Didn't we talk about this last time?
B-Man wants to do it. B-Man wants to do it.
Yeah.
I
So
wanna do
anyway,
paintball.
when I was a kid, my
You
friend,
lived in Detroit.
in Detroit. Yep, lived in Detroit. No, but most of my friends were boys, and they did all that stuff. And I tried to rationalize with them, like they would light and shoot bottle rockets at each other.
Yeah, that's
Like
fun.
that's ignorant. Like why would you do that?
Sounds fun.
Chicken
Or like
blow
Roman
up in your
candles.
eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or see how long you could hold a firecracker before you chickened out and threw it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
See, like, oh, let's blow our fingers off.
Yeah.
Stupid. Why? Why do boys do that?
I don't know.
Experimenting?
I don't know the answer to that question.
But girls don't do that stuff.
Like I said, I would if I could.
Well, I'll get you a pack of firecrackers right now. And we'll
No,
see
I'll
how
take
long-
Roman candles instead. Those are more fun. Just
Anyways.
to shoot
They
up.
are fun
Anyway.
to shoot. Roman candles, fun to shoot. Absolutely. Okay, so here's this one. This FDA has observed that your website offers the products Extra Strength CV Bundle Golden Mushroom Blend,
Oh.
Golden Mushroom Blend Tincture, Moducare Chewables, Protocol for Life Balance, Sovereign Silver Bioactive Silver Hydrosol, and a bunch of other crap.
Stop. That's from my Amazon list. Stop.
Based on a review, these products are unapproved. Furthermore, these products are misbranded drugs under the blah, 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 introduction of drilling for instructions. Blah, 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 blah. So in other words, you could sell this stuff, but you can't say that it's used to prevent, diagnose, treat, whatever, because once you do that, then it is a drug and it falls under the FDA. Like you can sell supplements, they just can't say that they treat, prevent, whatever.
So as long as you put the little disclaimer at the bottom that says this is not intended for medical use or this is not intended to treat, you can sell whatever you want.
Right.
Like your fake pellets. So why did she get busted then?
Well, it's because it's mislabeling. It's saying like, oh, you can take this for prevention. It's immune modulating substance. Golden mushroom blend, Moducare, works great as a preventive. I've seen it stop chronic annual colds and flus.
Golden mushroom blend kind of sounds like,
A soup?
yeah, I guess.
Here's one for treatment of the virus. Sovereign Silver, 1 teaspoon a day for prevention, or 2 times a day for treatment of opportunistic infections in folks with the virus. For treatment, you'll be fine. Take your herbs and stay home.
Your herbs.
Well, at least they're telling people to stay home.
Yeah, this is what you should take. Antivirals, the Booner bundle, which is a bunch of shit bundled up. A good quality elderberry syrup or tincture with super elderberry. You will use 5 to 6 teaspoons per day. It seems like a lot so that you can go through it and have to buy more.
Yeah.
Elderberry. What's that?
A supplement.
It's
A berry.
It's a berry that got old.
Oh,
Oh, so a raisin.
So when you first pick the berry,
let's celebrate.
when you first pick the berry, it's a
You can
younger
mark
berry.
it.
Winter Rescue or respiratory head and lung formula contain many antimicrobial herbs that are very effective for viruses that affect the lungs as well as decongesting the lungs.
I'm sure that taking 5 to 6 teaspoons in it all tastes delicious. I'm sure it probably doesn't taste like open ass.
This one's really good. Cystis acanis helps keep the virus from entering the cellular envelope. I seriously doubt that. Manuka honey. Ooh, that sounds tasty.
I'm sure that none of that tastes good.
Xuan Lang Huang
Yeah.
and Winter Rescue. But again, they just tell them, hey, this is in violation. You can stop doing it. If you stop doing it, then we'll leave you alone. They're not going to get like slapped or anything.
No fines.
But again, why would you take this? If the entire scientific community hasn't figured out a way to treat the virus, what makes you think that Valerie Blankenship has got the answers? They're in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
I don't know. She probably smokes a lot of weed too, because she's from Colorado.
And the herbs that she uses have
I wonder where
finally
she gets her
entered her
weed, though.
brain.
Africa.
Where do you think she gets her weed?
Probably Africa
Africa.
for sure.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But did you see, though, that a lot of stuff is advertising that silver is the way to go. Oh, silver, we have silver in our masks, we have silver in this. And so silver is, I guess, has
good for burns.
because it is an antibiotic. It's an antibiotic. Silver is an antibiotic.
Yeah.
Has antimicrobial properties to it. But we also don't ingest it. And how long are you supposed to use silver sulfadiazine?
I don't know, like 5 days maybe? Something?
I think the max now is 2. I think you're
don't
not supposed to use it more than 2 days.
Yeah.
Wound care people might be different, but for an acute burn, we always just used it for 24 hours and that was it. So if it was a big burn,
Yeah,
it's
and that
different.
would be topical, not ingesting it.
right.
So, yeah.
So no, silver is not. We don't have a. There's not a need for it. Although they are selling in underwear. I know this. What? They are selling in underwear on Sirius XM that is like silver, has silver in it.
To cup your balls.
It's supposed to keep down the odor. It's supposed to
Ew.
neutralize odor.
That's
Silver.
gross. What? Did you say me?
What? Is your name Silver?
Oh, I thought you said summer as in like backhanding me. I was like, bruh, what? You don't need to backhand me like that.
Saying your butt stinky?
Yeah, that's
stinky
what I
booty?
thought you were doing.
This one's my favorite, though. Halidine nasal antiseptic swab stick. So this guy wants you to stick a swab stick up your nose. This nasal sanitizer kills SARS-CoV-2. That's a bold claim. First of all, why should you not say that it kills the virus? Their daughter. Is your name daughter?
Oh, no.
Why?
Isn't a virus not a living thing?
That is correct.
Bacteria is living, but viruses aren't.
Yeah, viruses don't. They're not alive.
Yeah.
But I think that, you know what, I think someday they're going to change that. Someday they're going to say that it is living or something. I don't know. But it doesn't meet the criteria for a living organism. Because it can't live without
A
a host.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, stick this nasal swab stick up your nose, and it will kill the SARS-CoV-2 in less than 15 seconds.
That's pretty cool. So you only have to have it up your nose for less than 15 seconds.
Yeah, but these nasal... Okay, so the swab stick, so it's povidone iodine.
It's gonna make your nose all red. Well, orange, brown.
I don't think that you're supposed to put...
I had to.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, in general, you shouldn't be doing that every day.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Wait, what'd you have to do?
Put iodine up my nose before surgery.
Well, yeah, that's to clean it, right?
Yeah.
It's to hopefully
To
prevent
prevent.
you from getting, I'm assuming... Well, you know, I bet that that's not actually why they do it, I bet. My guess is, and I don't know for sure, but there's a lot of people that are colonized with MRSA, and it lives in our nose, basically. I mean, that's the easiest access
Yes.
point, so I bet that's why they actually do it. Just in case. Because they're not going to test everybody.
Yeah.
They're not going to do a culture of everybody's nasal passages to see if they've got MRSA. Or a colonizer of MRSA. Or a carrier, rather. Because you can be a carrier of... Just like you can be a chronic carrier of typhoid. You can be a chronic carrier of lots of bacteria.
Wait, but don't they use like iodine in like other surgeries? Like they'll like use it to clean off an area.
They
that
used
you're,
to, and then they told us not to, and then they told us to. It keeps they keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Same thing with chlorhexidine. They used to be like, okay, well, we're not going to use iodine, we're going to use chlorhexidine. But now they're saying don't use chlorhexidine. So I don't know. Surgery changes stuff all the time, and since I only ever do minor procedures, I just clean them up really good, usually with whatever the frick I have.
Well, and I think some people are allergic to iodine and some people are allergic to the chlorhexidine. So then you have to use the opposite one even if they tell you it's not the ideal thing. Because Anyway.
So stick this up your nose. It'll kill the virus in 15 seconds. I don't think so.
How much do those swabs cost?
I don't know. It doesn't list on here. It's not an advertisement.
$200 per
It's not an
swab.
advertisement for Halodyne.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use it. Basically, a lot of the stuff is just povidone iodine. So you're going to spend money on povidone iodine and then jam it up your nose. I don't recommend doing that.
But if you want to, go buy it at the store. It's much cheaper.
I was going to say,
and then
can you get
put
iodine
it
really
on a
cheap?
cotton tip swab, and then you can jam that up your nose all day long. I don't know why
We don't
you want
recommend
to.
it, but if you want to, go ahead.
Dr. Samuel
Maybe we
Barone,
should test
president
that theory on Ron since he fears nothing.
and chief medical officer for Halodyne, said its nasal swabs and liquids and mouth rinse and spray powder. Ooh. Spray provide, sorry.
Spray powder.
I was like, spray powder. Another layer of protection from the coronavirus for those using masks and gloves. So you should shove that up there with your mask and glove also. You should shove your mask and gloves up your nose too.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't think I would do that.
Spray the inside of your mouth. I'm sure it's tasty. It doesn't stain your teeth or anything.
Yeah, we should. Let's see if Ron's would be willing to swab the inside of his nose
With iodine.
with iodine. For how long?
At
Under
least 15 seconds each for probably, let's go with like a 7-day regimen, 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, what we could do, if we were devious, is we could have Ron's do that and then have him do it for a month and then have him tested for COVID to see if he has COVID. And if he doesn't have COVID, then we can start selling
Yeah.
We should do
our own
that.
shit
That sounds
and be like,
great.
this has been clinically proven to prevent COVID-19 in a vaccinated individual. That's not lying.
Yeah. We did our own trial.
With our sample size of one person. With our sample size of one person, exactly.
Yeah. It's
Hi, my
probably
name-
more research than others have done.
That's probably more. Yeah, it's probably more research than these. I mean, and then these people even quoted the CDC, like their CDC website. But I'm sure it's just loosely quoting, saying that somewhere on the CDC website it says that povidone iodine is an antiseptic. So
Yeah.
if you say that, then I mean that's technically true.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, you have to still market stuff. It's all about marketing things as opposed to not saying that they treat stuff. That's the problem. That's what.
So
they're doing.
let's find that loophole, and we'll be marketing it
See,
soon.
we're not smart enough to do that. That's the point. That's
That's
what I've
why
been
we have
saying
the daughter.
for years. That's what I've been saying for years. And this is probably an unethical thing for me to say to the daughter. But daughter, your mom and I are never going to be rich.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Do you know why? Do you know why that is?
Why?
It's not because we're not smart enough or good enough. It's because we play by the rules. That's why.
Yeah.
We're never going to be rich.
I'm going to become a Latina drug dealer, like a drug lord. And then
I wouldn't put that on a recorded thing.
nobody
Don't
knows
admit
who I
guilt.
am.
Don't admit guilt.
Nobody knows who I am. So I'm going to do that. And then
I could do that, but I don't speak Spanish.
I could definitely learn really quick. I can speak a little
Because I'm
Spanish.
smart.
Because I'm smart.
Yeah, smart.
And
I already speak Spanish technically.
technically, yeah.
Because you know 4 words. That means you speak Spanish.
No, I got an A on my pre-exam in like 7th grade.
Hola.
Everybody would ask me for Spanish help.
¿Dónde está
so-
usted?
They assumed you spoke Spanish.
Yeah, it was really racist actually. Everybody was like, we all know the daughter is like Mexican, so she must be able to help us with our Spanish homework. And I was like, okay, well, all right.
You should have
Alrighty
given
then.
them wrong answers.
I should have, but I'm too nice to do that.
What's interesting for me is that my whole life people would come up to me and speak Spanish, assuming that I know how to speak Spanish. But now that I work somewhere where everybody speaks Spanish, they never come up to me and start
They probably don't
speaking.
even think you're Hispanic. They
no,
think
they
you're
do.
like
I think
Italian.
they do. I think they think that I am. But they never
You
come up to
could
me
be
and just start speaking.
you could be Italian. You're very hairy.
Well, I do not, but I don't have to keep my tattoos covered. And they all like my tattoos, and my tattoos are clearly...
Yeah, all of my friends like your tattoos. It's weird.
They're
All of my
clearly,
2 friends. Yeah.
They're clearly, representing Central America, my tattoos. So, on one arm.
That's a cheetah. How's that?
This is a jaguar. and it's by the
thought jaguars
temple,
were black.
and it's by the temple of the jaguar.
I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I don't know the
plenty of
difference.
people get like Chinese writing who aren't Chinese.
Yeah, like
So
I
maybe
want one
you
like that
were-
says like chicken nugget somewhere on my body.
Most of
'cause
them
I
say
feel
stuff
that'd
like,
be cool.
most of the time when people are getting tattooed with Chinese words or whatever words on their body here in the United States, most of the time it just says extra large,
That's
something super
super size.
Be like dumb white person.
Insert coin here. All kinds of dumb crap like that.
That would be funny, actually.
So what criminal enterprise are you? So you're going to sell drugs?
I'm gonna sell drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that's going to bother you morally, ethically? I mean, how can you?
No, I'm not killing people.
You
No, because if they want
don't want
to
to kill
do
your
it,
client. You don't want to kill your client.
yeah, exactly. And if they're asking for it, it's just providing a service.
Exactly.
Like going
I'm a very
to
nice
get a
person.
massage, going to. I mean,
Anything
McDonald's
can be
isn't.
addicting. Like,
Yeah,
McDonald's is
is-
promoting bad behavior and promoting health issues. So really,
But they're
is
doing it legally.
But it technically couldn't be illegal, or it couldn't be legal, because like it's the same principle.
So what would you sell?
I don't know.
I mean, are you going to import weed from Africa? Because let me tell you, that from a financial standpoint doesn't make any sense.
no. What? I'll just like grow my own stuff, like shrooms and stuff like that. You know,
Like a whole backyard of mushrooms.
She's like, I'm going to grow that thing that's really hard to grow because, nature decides when a mushroom is going to pop up.
yeah. I mean, we got some mushrooms in our backyard.
I'm just
Can't we
gonna
just like?
shit. I'm just gonna keep shitting outside.
That's what the
I'm gonna
goats
get
are
some,
for.
Get some serious spores going.
And nobody else question it because she has goats.
And because I'm Mexican, so nobody will question.
I feel like that's probably not accurate. So I feel like it would be more. Is to figure out the legal way of doing it. You know what I mean? But
No.
look how much pharmaceutical companies make.
It's not illegal if you don't get caught.
Ooh.
It's illegal.
No?
It's just
Not getting
immoral.
caught. It's just the
It's
people who
unethical.
get caught. Clearly, the people who get caught are not that bright.
They think they're smarter than everyone.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I couldn't do it anyway. I already think I'm dumb, and I couldn't do it. Now, I will say that there was a criminal enterprise that I really wanted to enter, and if I wouldn't have got married, I think I would have done it.
And what was that?
I would have. Well, it's not technically illegal, but I would have just become a mercenary,
What's that?
a hired soldier to go fight whatever conflict arises.
That's not illegal.
No,
doesn't
it's
seem
not
illegal.
illegal, but it's slightly immoral.
Well,
And
It's the same as people
and
going
I
to
only
war.
wanted to do that as training to become an assassin.
I couldn't
which
do
is
that.
illegal. Why not?
That I feel like would be the best job.
I feel like it would be. I feel like if I had to, I might be able to. Like if it came down to like, I don't know.
Well, if you were an assassin, usually people want to kill you. So if you don't kill them, they're going to take you out. So
Well, yeah,
therefore-
like
If you're a
that.
good
If I,
assassin,
like,
they don't
had
know who
to
you
do that.
are.
True.
if
You're
you're
a good assassin.
one,
See,
yeah.
you'd have to be a good. See, that's the problem. Is you would have to be a good assassin, so that you're actually making enough per client, and that the hits are actually set up for you. Not you don't do it.
Yeah.
So in other words, you have like an agent. You've got somebody who does that, and you pay them, and then you get the actual contract. You go do the contract. They get their percentage, and then they try to find you your next job. But that's obviously hard to get to that point. That's what I think that I could actually do, because it wouldn't require me to know like the business aspect of it.
So you would think that your agent has already worked out whether it's moral or ethical or needed or like, so you just, all you are is basically a trigger person. Like,
What is the moral? What do you mean?
like,
I'll
so-
only take assignments if they're a bad guy.
yeah.
No,
I mean,
no. I
so,
would not- I
but
didn't
you
say
don't
that.
have to think about that because.
No, I mean I don't want to think about the business aspect. I'm not talking about the moral dilemma.
Oh, okay.
The moral dilemma. There's no moral dilemma. That's a job.
Oh, okay. So you just wouldn't even care if they were a good guy
No,
or a
if
bad
you
guy or
who decides who's a good guy and who's a bad guy?
Me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you decide whether or not they're good or bad, or if they're holding too much power.
Okay, well, who's deciding that? Whether they're a good guy or a bad guy? That's what I'm saying. Is
I mean,
you could go, if you go and take out somebody who's like, okay, this person's too powerful. Well, you'll use JFK. All right.
like him.
Let's say that he was actually taken out by a hired hitman, which, you know.
Wasn't
whatever.
he?
No.
I don't remember his story.
The point is, he was not a hired gun, okay? Even if he is really the one who did or not. He didn't make any money off of it. He was doing it for political reasons, whatever. But let's say that you were hired to kill JFK, and you were going to make X amount of dollars to do it. What was JFK doing that was wrong? Well, from our perspective, as Americans, he was a true, good American president. He was protecting our country. He was instituting change that needed to be done, but the old guys didn't like the change that he was instituting. But from the perspective of somebody, say, in Cuba, JFK was not a good person. So, again, it depends on where you're at, whose perspective decides on who's a good guy and who's a bad guy. If you read the history books, so they say, I wouldn't know, never read one in, England, but we're not portrayed as good guys in the American Revolution.
Of course not. It's all about the perspective of what country you are in.
Right, so if you live by the perspective that all of your targets are evil, no matter what,
okay,
because they're evil to somebody, somebody considers them a bad guy.
Yeah.
And because there's more than one side to every story, then it wouldn't bother you to kill them.
Okay.
Again, I'm not a hitman, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just saying, if we were talking about from the perspective of being doing something illegal, that's the route I would personally go. Because that's the only one that I feel like I could actually do well. Not smart enough to do the drug dealer thing.
Yeah.
But I am smart enough to understand weapons capabilities, how to take somebody out from whatever target, plan all that stuff, but not the other stuff. It's like doing a schedule. I can't figure that out. I can't
That's
schedule.
a logic problem. That's pretty fun.
What would you do, Swan? What would you do as a...
I sit in a corner and cry.
You're lame.
Probably.
You're lame.
I'm
You've
pretty
never
lame.
thought about how you would become a bad guy?
No.
God, you're lame.
I'd kill all
Either
the
that
people
or
I
I'm a really
hate.
bad father that my daughter has already thought about how she would be a bad guy.
Well, I mean, I never put it... I didn't ever think about it, but I think being a bad guy would probably be more fun. Those people seem to always get ahead unless you were really stupid and you get caught. But, I mean, they don't... I mean,
So now I guess that I am a bad father then.
Probably. So, daughter's like,
Because
well...
if I can ask that question and the daughter immediately responds...
Okay, well, if you think about it, would you rather be... Okay, well, your answer is going to be Batman. I was going to say, would you rather be Batman or the Joker? I'd rather be the Joker.
Yeah, because he can do whatever he wants and plead insanity.
Okay, but the only reason why you can say... If you're talking about this, you're talking about a bad guy in a specific genre, which is in the Batman's world. The only reason why it's advantageous to be the Joker is because the good guys refuse to kill.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Well, Darth
But
Vader
if you
kills.
if you were, let's say that you're the Joker, and you're in Deadpool's universe, would it be better to be Deadpool or the Joker?
No, I'd rather be the Joker.
I'd rather be Deadpool because Deadpool wouldn't hesitate to chop the Joker's head off.
Yeah, but Deadpool's also a little crazy, isn't he?
So is the Joker.
Right. But
Well, yeah, but I'm saying they're both insane.
Right, but Deadpool's an anti-hero. So if you're going to live in a universe, if I'm going to be in a universe with Batman and the option to be Batman or Joker, you're probably right. I probably would be. I'd rather be the Joker because I know the Batman's not going to kill me. I can do whatever I want without remorse, and that's why the Joker's special. He doesn't have remorse anyway. He does whatever he wants. And I know that all I'm going to have to do is go to Arkham Asylum. I'm never going to get sent to jail because they've decided I'm crazy. So I'll do my time in Arkham, and I'm going to get out of Arkham because clearly the doctors there suck, and they don't ever keep me hopped up on.
There's a
They don't ever
network
keep
in
me
there
hopped up on
anyway.
lithium, which they should be. They should be overly medicated so that they're basically just in a stupor, but they never are. And I know the Batman's never going to kill me, and neither will Superman, although he does eventually.
Superman kills the Joker?
In the Injustice. That's the Injustice storyline. He kills the Joker. Which
On purpose?
it did, yeah.
So that makes Superman a bad guy.
Yes, that's what the whole Injustice series
I don't
is.
know.
It's
Okay.
started from the video game, then they made a comic of it. Yeah, that's what the whole injustice thing is about. Yeah, Superman dominates and rules the world. He takes over our entire
Superman's
world.
stupid.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I find him very stupid.
Yeah, well, I didn't write it.
Well,
So you know how to defeat him, right? All you need is some kryptonite.
I'm surprised you know that.
Yeah, I do know that.
It's been around a while.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm still surprised.
But yeah, I would rather be. I think you're right. I'd rather be the Joker too. And he probably pays really well. He probably pays his henchmen really well.
Probably not, because they're all scared of him. So he probably just doesn't have to pay them at all.
I don't know. I think in some of the cartoons they talk about working like whenever you hear like brief snippets of the henchmen talking because they've all worked for the different crazies, the costume crazies as they call them. He seems to be, yes, they're all scared to death of him, but apparently he reimburses them fairly well.
Where do you think he gets his money from?
Doing jobs.
What are you talking about? He
And
robs.
he also
a major
robs
robber.
people. Because, he's
He robs
crazy, he's the
banks, he does
Joker.
whatever.
Yeah, but I feel like he gets caught all the time.
No, not really.
No? Okay.
He also has his henchmen to get the money if he does get caught.
He's-
Just like how Harley Quinn and all of them work
yeah,
together.
The Joker's really a crime boss. He's basically just a.
He's basically a drug lord of crimes.
He's the clown prince of crime.
Yeah.
How do you not know this?
I don't know.
Well, then I guess the assignment then for you, SWAT, is what would you do to be a bad guy? Probably nothing. Yeah. I now I've decided that I'm a bad father.
Maybe I'm the bad guy top dog because I don't have to do anything.
You're funny.
And y'all think that I'm not, but maybe my calculated...
If you have to say maybe over and over again, then you have not thought about it
I
whatsoever.
haven't. Maybe I've thought about
Why
it
you
in
keep
so
saying
much
maybe?
detail because I'm not going to commit if I admit to my... That's key.
it is.
You don't admit to it. Wasn't me.
Uh-huh. Right.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you've never thought about it. And that's okay. The point is that it's okay not to have that thought.
Okay, good.
That was my point. But again, clearly I'm a bad father because if you've never had that thought, and my daughter can immediately
comes from you.
the
Clearly.
daughter can immediately tell me how she would live a life of crime, then clearly that's my fault.
But I already have this like high standard of myself, so I
You're like,
really
I already have
don't
this high
think that I
standard.
can
Like, I
ever.
already have this high standard of leading a life of crime.
No,
Just have
of
to
leading
find-
a life of perfectness because I
Yeah, but
I-
what if
have OCD.
you're like the Joker and you think that is your world of perfectness?
But it's not.
Okay, well then I guess you won't be a crime lord.
Or maybe
then.
I will somehow go insane and then become the Joker. There we go.
Or she'll find some legal way of doing something that
You'll find the loophole.
that makes a lot of money, and some might consider it evil, but it's completely legal and not unethical.
Like
or,
Big Pharma?
Not technically unethical or immoral.
Like Big Pharma.
What's
Right.
How
Pharmaceutical
medical
companies.
companies charge way too much for stuff that...
And,
No, I just find that
and
stupid. I wouldn't even...
purposefully addict people to medication so they have to keep buying it.
See, that doesn't make me feel good.
Well, that's what you said you were going to do. You're going to be a drug lord.
Okay, well, those people are already addicted.
Sure, I'm just filling a need.
She's
I'm
just,
just-
yeah,
fulfilling
she's
a need.
Yeah.
Just
The
fulfilling a need.
other people didn't ask
You're not
to
going
be
to push
addicted.
it in... You're not going to push it on the playground?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I feel like if you're gonna pick one, if you were gonna pick something to peddle, drug wise, the one that I would do would be stimulants. That's the one I would do. Because most of the time, like people don't overdose on stimulants. You know, if they quote overdose, then it's a pretty easy treatment to bring them down. Most people are not going to die from that. And the people that take it, at least they can be more focused and actually maybe contribute to the world a little bit by being more focused in creating things.
So you're pushing meth.
No, I'm pushing Adderall.
Okay, well, that's basically meth.
No, it is not basically. They're not basically the
So
same
you
thing.
want-
Meth is not Adderall.
I'm aware.
Meth is not.
I thought meth makes you
Ritalin.
more calm and Adderall makes you more awake.
No.
Meth makes you a fucking psychopath.
Yes.
Makes your freaking teeth fall out. Make you pick at your skin.
I had
Not the
this
same
dream
thing.
the other night that So I have retainers. The listeners don't know that. And I thought...
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, I just had to put that out there. And so my top one is clear and my bottom is metal. And so the clear one, it sometimes is like hard. It takes a little bit to like get out, so you have to like pull it out a little bit harder than you think.
And you pulled your teeth out.
No, actually, they like, I can't remember how it happened, but I think I like got hit in the face somehow, like with a ball maybe. And I could feel my teeth like wiggling in my retainer. And right as I pulled out the retainer, and then I went to like push on my teeth, because sometimes I do that if they hurt. You push on them a little bit, and then they all fell out. I just thought I had to share that.
Thanks for sharing that, because that's a totally female thing.
Yeah, I used to
Tell a
dream
story.
that my teeth
Not
out.
that part. I'm talking about telling a story as if it happened, but it was a dream. And you're like, why do I need to
Because I thought it. Because I always have that dream. It's like a reoccurring dream. Like the one where you like sit on the toilet and then you think that you're peeing and then you accidentally pee the bed.
Do you ever have a dream where you go to take a shit, but you just keep shitting and you can't stop shitting, and it just keeps piling up? And you
No,
just
I've never
keep
had a
shitting?
poop dream actually.
No.
Just the pee one?
Just the pee ones.
Do you
Because I was
ever
never a
have-
pooper.
Do you ever have a dream where you're taking a shit in the middle of like a restaurant in a toilet that's like in the middle of a restaurant? How about do you ever have a dream that you're taking a shit on a clear porta potty in the middle of like Times Square? Have you ever had that dream?
No!
Me either.
I have a dream where like I'll be going somewhere and I realize I'm only wearing like a t-shirt and I'm like butt naked. And then I have to like go around and like try and pull down my shirt, but it keeps getting smaller and smaller.
But do you ever then have to take a shit in that dream?
No! I don't ever have to take a crap in my dreams.
Have you ever had that dream where you pee and then you have to pee again and then you have to pee again? Like you just keep peeing? Like
No.
you'll take you're like, oh, okay, I'm done. And then you walk away and like, shit, I gotta pee. And you go back and you pee.
No, that's real life, actually. So I don't
drink some
really have that
cranberry
dream.
juice. Or cranberry juice in it. That's real life for you.
It is real life for me. That's, yeah.
Do you ever have that drink where that dream where you drink water but you're still thirsty and you keep drinking and drinking and drinking? And
No,
then you're
I have the
pouring it, and
dream-
you're like literally pouring water across your tongue, but you still are thirsty.
I have that dream where you like you can't breathe. Like, do you ever like get like when your nose is super stuffy and you go to bed and then you wake up because you can't breathe? Like
Yeah.
it'll give you some scenario like you're drowning or you have like some sort of attack where you can't
Maybe you
breathe.
need a sleep study.
Yeah, somebody needs a sleep study.
What?
You'll be
Somebody
wearing a
needs a sleep study.
CPAP.
No, I
She
don't
does
need
have
that.
she's got some tiny nostrils.
I have really
Little
tiny nostrils,
nostrils.
and if they get stuffed, I like actually can't breathe.
You know what would help that?
What?
Povidone iodine.
Probably.
Povidone iodine.
We can, well, we have
Shove it
a
up your
double.
nose.
We can do a double study. We can do Ron's study for COVID, and the daughter to see if that helps her breathe
See
at
if it,
night.
see if
Oh,
it
great.
Because then we
dilates her
could
nostrils.
market. Yeah, we could market it in two different ways.
Great.
Do you have small nostrils?
Because
You know
they're
what
so
you could
mean.
do? You know what you could do? You know how people do those dilators in their ears to keep making their ear lower?
I'm not gonna do
You could
that.
get nose dilators.
Bugles up her nose.
Get
No.
nose dilators. Yeah.
No.
You just take the tip. You know that's how you measure them. You just whatever size you are, you just break off the other end and you shove the bugle up your nose.
Don't think I want to do that, actually.
Why is your kid in the ER with?
With bugles up her nose.
Well, you know what?
She's-
Okay, so
she's old
bugles
enough not to do that.
Bugles are probably not a good idea, but you know those tips that you put on the frosting thing?
Oh, yeah.
You could probably use
We could
those.
get-
No, I'm okay.
That would probably work.
I think I could live without those.
But there's probably you could
And
probably
you could
buy.
graduate to like tampon applicators.
I bet you
Oh,
could. I
God.
bet you can buy nostril dilators.
Probably.
Why would that ever be a thing?
All right, Amazon.
No.
I think we should market nostril dilators.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to get the povidone iodine stick. Up there.
Oh, they're like those mouth things where they put, like when you're whitening your teeth and you put the mouth thing in so you can get in there. Yeah, but for your nose.
Oh yeah,
Seems
spacer, a nose spacer, a nostril spacer.
Yes.
I bet. Honestly, once we get off the podcast here in a second, I'm gonna look online. I bet they make them. I bet you they do because they
I'm
make
sure they
everything.
do.
You can find everything now. All right, well, that's it for me. I'd like to thank the daughter for joining us because otherwise it would have been just me and the swan, and she would have just been staring at me and occasionally making a strange comment
Or a strange face.
or telling me about some stupid dream she had.
That's
So-
not very nice. There are nostril dilators to reduce the snoring. Damn it.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
but do they make your nostrils
Helps
bigger?
snoring and improves the quality of your sleep.
I want something that makes the nostril bigger. That's what we're looking for.
Like a gauge for your nostril.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have tiny nostrils?
Yeah.
I don't think I
If
do.
so, you would benefit from Little Daughter's Nostril Enlarger. Just $19.95 plus tax. It's on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully next time. Actually, next time it'll probably be me and Tremonde.
Wow.
Because the Ron's. Round of applause for Ron's that he's working.
Woo! Go Ron!
Guess he can't
Yay,
claim that
Rons.
he can't claim he's a stay-at-home dad anymore. We'll see how this has got to be like only his first week. We'll see how he makes it. We'll see how he does. Hopefully he's super successful. And yeah, adios muchachos.
See ya.
Bye from the Swan.
You don't have to say that.
I can if I want to.
End of podcast.